is from at I'm not gonna say this guy's username on r/Atlanta Braves. So this is the secondary Atlanta Braves subreddit. So this guy has been banned for truth. He's a fighter, and he's here to say this. I wish I could share this on r/Braves, but I'm banished into the island of misfit toys because some mod got his feelings hurt one time and went on a power trip. Anyways, first the format changes. Division winner starts up 1-0 in the 3 versus 6 wild card round. That's a reward for winning your division. 4 versus 5 starts 0-0. Reseed the LDS, and LDS goes best of 7. I wouldn't actually hate the LDS getting reseeded, but I don't want to give a Braves fan any room right now. If the higher seed in the LDS finish 10 games or better on the lower seed, the higher seed starts the LDS up
What?
1-0. And now, really crazy.
Oh,
Now, before I say this, I would like you guys to Google the record for both the Atlanta Braves and the Arizona Diamondbacks this year. I
I
want you
think
to
I
I
could
add
guess
that.
I know them off the top of my head. It's
yeah.
104 wins for the Braves, 84 wins for the Diamondbacks.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, now,
Why 20
James,
games? I wonder why.
now I wonder why. If the higher seed finished 20 games or better on the lower seed, the higher seed starts the LDS up to nothing.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God.
This is a
They
circus.
So
love,
he's like, and then he also goes on to paint how it would have been.
yeah.
Like,
He's just jacking off. He's just posting this with
this is the
one hand
biggest
on the
cope
keyboard.
I've ever seen.
Nobody has ever pecked out a response more than this. So we
Braves
have
fans are a rough bunch. I'm sorry.
they
Mm,
are. I mean, we can
Because they embody the entirety of the South, which is already rough.
well, I want
but as a baseball team,
And then it just, yeah.
I think we're
like,
look,
disgusting.
we get the three of us together. We're probably three of the worst people in America to have like a conversation about the South.
Yeah.
We don't really, although I am the southernmost person here.
Speak for
Wow.
yourself.
Yeah,
Wow, you hick.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I warmed up to Wagon Wheel when I played baseball.
Oh
You
my
guys
God.
don't even know that song, probably.
Oh, I know that song.
Do you
Certified
guys know? Do you guys know
country
Beer for My
southern
Horses?
guy. Hell no.
Oh yeah, that was a great one. Our coach, so this gives you a good idea of where I went to high school. Our coach, that one song, that one Andre 3000 song, where he's singing about, like, he's got the children's chorus, he's like had a good day.
Yeah.
He heard that, he was like, "Oh, I like this." And then he started hearing the verse. He was like, turn this off right now."
What was
Um,
that music? What was that rhythm?
so I say that to say, all Braves fans are that exact guy without any exceptions at
Yeah.
all. No.
I work with a couple of them, and yeah, they're just
Yeah.
that
Now,
simple.
from what I understand, Falcons and Hawks fans are not like that. It's Braves fans
Well,
and
because
it's
what
Astros.
success did they have as Falcons and Hawks ever had? Nothing.
Yeah. But
Hawks
like,
Braves
back in the
have been
70s.
historically reasonably successful.
yeah. But like
They just won. They just won 2 years ago.
the Falcons and the Hawks,
Oh,
they have stadiums. If you get what I'm saying, they have stadiums right downtown, and the Braves built their own stadium in
out in
suburbia
the
where
shrub.
there's no public transportation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my
Keep
relatives
all
live
those
down
city
there.
dwellers.
They hate it. They said it's
Yeah.
bad. They said it's not. They said the ballpark is soulless.
Yeah. This is what I've heard. And while we're hating on them, can we talk about there's a lot of I think does any team come out of this playoffs looking worse than the Braves?
The Dodgers, definitely the
Yeah,
Dodgers.
Dodgers and that could be
I
a
think the
tie.
Dodgers
The
look
O's
worse.
maybe, but that was maybe more expected.
No, I think Texas is a
Yeah.
really good team.
Yeah.
I think that's just what it is. And we talked a little. We were texting a little bit about Pythagorean records. I think the
Right.
Orioles were a little bit above what they should have been, and the Rangers were a little bit lower. So I think it was a pretty even matchup. But
Yeah. That was that was one team that was built to win playoff games, and the other team had the second worst payroll in the league. Like you can't
yeah,
I
Mm.
I I think the Rays, honestly, I think the Rays might have and obviously taking any sort of long-term conclusions based on a playoff series is silly. We know that. But also like how many years has it been that the Rays are in it and like eventually they just run out of talent that they have. Like you can
It's
opt
crazy. I have
you
no
can
idea how to explain it.
you like, I mean just it's their payroll. They don't spend money.
Yeah.
It's they're gonna spend money on that stadium, but I, I don't know.
I think as a Yankees fan, we've been kind of like annoyed with this idea where like the front office of the Yankees keeps peddling that the playoffs is a crapshoot and it's all up to luck once you get in. And so you just want to just be good enough to get in and anything can happen. And we've kind of pushed back on that because a lot of the times when the Yankees have lost in the past few years, like there's clearly an issue.
Yeah.
Whether they can't hit or they can't, there's some things they're weak in some area. But this postseason, and specifically, has felt like the best evidence for the postseason is a crapshoot.
Oh,
Because oh
absolutely.
my
Yeah.
god, it's every outcome. Like we did our predictions,
Amazing.
we were all completely wrong.
Yep.
Everything is in
Beautiful.
shambles. It's all it's every
Which
this
is
has been the
good.
most random in years.
Yeah.
People act like it's terrible for the game.
Yeah.
No, I
But
think it's
it's
fine
just
for the
so the
game.
opposite. It's so the
Yeah.
opposite. Yeah.
Like, oh my God, there's not a team on the East Coast. It's fine. You're gonna get to see two stadiums that both look like warehouses. Um, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
if you like
It's
if
beautiful.
you like going to Costco, you are gonna love watching this World Series. The crack of the bat is gonna be really loud. Um, but yeah, this whole playoffs, like like the Dodgers, I don't really know how much you take away from it if you're them, if
Any starting
anything.
Balance.
pitching, that's the thing
Yeah,
Yeah,
you take away
exactly.
like
from it.
you have a guy who's about a guy who may or may not retire, who I gotta say, I feel kind of bad for Clayton Kershaw.
Oh, Kershaw.
A lot of his playoff, a lot of his like the narrative about him being a bad playoff pitcher, it's mostly he just played at a time when coaches would let pitchers throw into the seventh and just get out of it. If he was pitching today, a lot of those famous, blow up starts that he had as a younger player, like he wouldn't have been in the position to do that. And then he just goes out there and tips all his fucking pitches.
Is that a thing? I didn't
Mhm.
hear
Did
about
that
that.
happen?
I I'm reporting it here first. I'm rolling with this.
Of course.
Like Kershaw,
Trust me, bro.
yeah, he was. He was telling them all his pitches. He may as well have been.
I mean, yeah.
And
It's
then you do
bad.
that,
It's
and then
bad.
your next starter is a rookie who can't find the zone that day, and then you have
Yeah.
Lance Lynn,
Bueller
and
being
then
out hurt them
Good
so
old
bad.
Lance Lynn showed up.
and like even like yeah, Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman didn't hit. Is anyone in the world gonna say, what does this say about Mookie Betts' legacy as a player? What is Freddie Freeman? Do we need to think about Freddie Freeman
Not a Hall of
differently?
Famer anymore,
Yeah, exactly.
sadly.
It's
I don't know.
it's
The
yeah,
second I saw that first initial lead, like when they were up 6-0 in the first, I just threw a $10 bet on the Diamondbacks to win the World Series.
yeah.
And I was like, okay, the value is good. But then I watched like the second game and I was like, hang on. Like this offense is just clicking at the right time. And I think like no other player, I mean, hard to find any other player than Corbin Carroll like lead that because I feel like he's just the best spark.
Yeah. It's I, I
And
have I've enjoyed watching the Diamondbacks for that reason.
yeah. And like I don't know, the rest of that team, like the Moreno, Gabriel Moreno
Yeah.
catcher, he just like came out of nowhere, I feel like.
He was a top prospect. There was a
Yeah.
Dalton Varsho
Yeah.
trade
Yeah.
sent him over there.
Yeah. Like
Moreno's are gone. He looks really good. Yeah,
yeah, he was crushing it against the Dodgers.
and I
Who
think what
else?
they did against the Phillies was just so shocking.
Mm.
Um, it's I think the narrative with the Diamondbacks. I guess we should talk about the Diamondbacks a little bit. Go into it because they are the kind of like the story
Yeah.
of the
Yes.
postseason.
Cinderella.
Because right, they won 84 games, and the one thing I do want to call out is just like I'm sick of Torey Lovullo's whole shtick he has going on, where he's like so upset that no one's like picking them to win each round. Everyone thinks they're gonna lose.
It's just any
You know why? The reason people
underdog.
think you're gonna lose is because you won 84 games in the regular season. I'm
Yeah.
sick
Yeah,
of Torey Lovullo getting like I'm sick of him. I'm sick of him. I'm sorry. Good for the D-backs.
But they
I
are
can't
the
I'm done.
underdogs there,
yeah.
the
They
This is
Cinderellas.
they're the
think about
underdogs, exactly. But stop
Yeah.
whining about it. Like
Is he
I'm
whining
sick of it.
about it or
He's
just
like
like
he's
because
chip
he
like
on
no
puffing his
one
shoulder?
chest
believes
out.
in us. All these guys on TV, they don't believe in us. I'm tired of this narrative. I'm done with him. I'm sick of Torey Lovullo. Good for the Diamondbacks. I'm just sick of him, his voice. I don't want to hear it.
I
Corey Lavello hater.
I am because he's just like whining about being an underdog.
I think anyone who's an underdog like does that.
No, I've never seen this level of whining from an underdog. Like he
Man,
doesn't want to be the underdog. Like he doesn't understand that his team only won 84 games. Of course, he's the underdog.
it's better than like the last couple of years. Or weren't the Astros calling themselves underdogs like last year, two
No,
years
no,
ago?
they won
That's
106 games last year.
2 year. There was some year, like recently
Probably
where,
this year they were
yeah,
probably or something. No, I don't think that. I mean, first of all, God
they're
bless America. The Astros are dead.
yeah. Thank.
yes, I
I was scared for
yeah
a second
I was so
after
angry
game
after game
5.
five. I was, yeah.
yeah. If they beat the Diamondbacks in the World Series, I would have been in a bad mood for like a couple weeks. So I'm looking here at this list of the teams that have ever made the playoffs with a negative run differential. As
Do they have one? Is that I didn't notice.
our beloved Arizona Diamondbacks, that of the minus 15
Jesus.
for the
Wow.
regular
I
season.
didn't realize they were in the negatives.
I
They
didn't know they
weren't
were
even the
negatives.
worst. They weren't even the worst team by run differential in the playoffs this
What,
year.
Twins?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
This team set the
Brewers?
record for the worst run differential ever.
Is it the
The
Marlins? The Marlins, definitely
It
the
is the
Marlins.
Jeez.
Marlins.
Definitely the Marlins. So
They
many teams in the
are
playoffs now, I gotta
they
think.
were yeah. Oh, that brings me to my other Braves fan interlude. This one
There's
is a little
another.
more embarrassing because this is from David O'Brien at The Athletic.
Oh God.
Add two more wild card teams in each league. No team gets first round bye. 16 of 30 teams make postseason. Division winners and top wild card in each league host all games of best of three wild card series. Best record versus worst record. Second best versus second worst. Reseeded after wild card round. These people have become like absolutists overnight about just watch the NBA. The NBA is
Yeah.
great and it's on right now.
It, that sounds very similar to the COVID season playoff
It is. You
situation.
know who
That
would
like spot on.
You know who would have made the playoffs in these circumstances?
The Yankees?
The Yankees would have made the playoffs.
Yeah,
They would
let's
have,
Wait,
do it. Let's run it.
changing your mind now.
yeah.
Run this.
Oh, wait.
Braves fans
Okay.
are smart. What?
I would really like to see like this year's Yankee team play a 3 game set against the Orioles.
No, we could
No,
definitely win.
what?
We could definitely win.
We could do it in 3 games, and then from
We could
there, who
100% win
knows?
it
You know,
in
I'm
three.
talking myself into this the more I think about
Dude,
it.
Garrett Cole and
No,
Michael King on
no.
the mound, game 1 and 2. Aaron Judge hits a
Yeah,
couple home runs and we
yeah.
just win.
And
It's
then
easy. It's so easy.
a few more steps and there's a title and we don't need to do
A
Yeah,
anything.
few more steps.
Yeah,
It's that
exactly.
easy.
X, Y, Z, you get the point.
A three
Uh
profit.
No,
that
we
isn't even
so
the
win
worst.
those.
You were talking about Tori Lovello, and you have become the inaugural member of his hate club, I think.
I am.
Um
I'm a Torey
you
Lovullo.
are
I'm not a
you are
well. Do you want to just go into like our predictions for the World Series? Do you want to preview this?
I,
Because we
I
are recording 1 day ahead of the World Series.
we are recording one
Bro.
day ahead of the World Series. And so yeah, sure, we can do that.
All
Uh,
right, let's start. Texas versus Arizona. Um, Producer Gordon, you want to give your prediction first? Give some thoughts.
I mean, I might. I don't want to say I'm biased and say some nonsense. To be fair, just to preface, I have $10 riding on the Dimebacks to win the World Series, and I'll win
Whoa.
$200.
I'm glad you're announcing your
So,
bias to the viewers.
so I hope the Dimebacks win, but I think the Rangers are gonna just do ungodly things to them. I'll say gentlemen sweep.
That's what we thought. That's what gentlemen say. So you need 5 games?
Yeah,
I
That's what we
kind of
all said to Philly. That's what we all said.
I
Yeah.
I
It's not about Texas now.
I
But I
kind
don't know.
of
That's why I
I,
have hope that the Diamondbacks could win.
I
Joe,
mean,
you want to go? Yeah. Give.
yeah, I'll speaking for myself, just going back to game 7, and seeing Brandon Pfaadt on the mound and
Bot.
see,
That's how
Pfaadt
it sounds. Okay.
It's
Pop.
hilarious seeing
seeing
Fod
what
do
he
well, man.
did, and how like that dude was dialed in. Those sweepers were just perfectly
Sweeping.
placed over and over. They were sweeping. He threw a 3-1 fastball to Kyle Schwarber first at bat, and he just took it. He put it right where he put it in the exact right spot. This guy's got something. Brandon Pfaadt, I don't know, because you combine that with Kelly and Gallen, like I think the Diamondbacks could do something.
Yeah, I
I
mean
can't.
or sorry to interrupt. I
You're
think
good.
the bullpen's huge too. The bullpen differences. Because
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen everywhere like the ERA difference in itself and just like,
In the favor of Arizona.
oh yeah, heavy.
Yeah.
And like the expected ERA also even more heavily in Arizona's favor by
I
like
mean, I like
3 runs.
sports. Spores. That's what how do you say his name? Oh my God, the righty.
Fours.
There, Spores. Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh
No,
Swords.
Chapman.
he's been good. He's been the like
Chapman threw 104 the other day, so that's
Yeah,
something.
Chapman's in
And
World
Leclerc
Series
only
form.
blew one game.
hmm. Yeah,
Look,
Leclerc is they got like a good like group of by whatchamacallit, like a little committee to close games out, but I don't know, like if anyone beyond like I would definitely trust like Montgomery and Eovaldi to like go deep if they have to, but
Andrew Heaney. Hmm.
Scherzer.
Hmm.
I
Scherzer's gonna
don't
I
be
know
don't
if
decent.
know.
I'm starting to
I'm
doubt
losing
Andrew
faith
Heaney's
in
a playoff
Scherzer
pitcher.
becoming playoff Scherzer at this point after like the last his only two
So,
yeah,
Joy, do you
last
want to give us a game count? No,
Uh,
we need
I'm
Joey's
gonna
prediction.
say I'm gonna say the Rangers are gonna win in 6. I think the Diamondbacks are gonna go out to a 2. I think this is gonna be a repeat of last year's World Series. I think it,
Okay.
I think the Rangers are gonna win in 6. I think they're a better team. I think it is one thing to make it to the World Series, when you by all accounts have no business being there. Winning it is another thing entirely.
Kind of like the Phillies
Um,
last year, right? You know
yeah.
exactly what
yeah,
you're saying. They didn't really have any business being there last year.
yeah. And if for the Phillies, honestly, I don't know what you take away from it. Like your guys just didn't hit in game 6 and 7.
Yeah.
You got to bring it back next year. Like they
They're gonna need to pick up a starter because they're gonna or maybe re-sign Aaron Nola and just try
yeah,
to run it back. I mean,
yeah, and they clearly have the money to throw around. I think the Phillies are okay.
I mean
But
Hoskins will be back and Harper will hopefully be able to play outfield by
I think
next opening day.
I think they
I,
want Harper at first base
they
Think.
long term
do.
because they're losing Hoskins. I don't think they're gonna
Uh
sign him back.
But
hmm.
with the Diamondbacks, I see one game where they like steal their way to a few runs. Like they put some hit and runs on. They do the thing where they get like 2 runs in the first inning off 3 ground balls, and one of their starters shuts the Rangers down.
Just 1-0,
Yeah,
2-0.
yeah, and maybe they get a token. Maybe they get one of those wins where they just kind of cruise to it.
And
But
we just brought the Phillies again. I now we're going on a tangent, but we talked about why the Phillies lost just a second ago. Craig Kimbrell blew like 2 games in Arizona.
yeah, that was bad.
That was really bad.
That
Yeah.
was really
That's a
bad.
probably bigger difference in the series than game 6 or 7.
That
And
home run Alec Thomas hit though was pretty incredible.
that's
Like
huge.
he went out and got that on the outside part of the plate and just
Yeah.
sent it to right field.
I saw that he hit a home run and I like looked at the highlight and off the bat I'm like, hmm? Like that went all the way out.
Oh
Like
yeah.
he just I don't know. I love that guy because he was like his dad is like the White Sox like strength and conditioning coach. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, so like his name's been very familiar in the Chicago realm, but it's nice that he's having big moments like that.
Hell yeah.
Mm,
All right, so I guess it's my turn to go.
Yes.
I will preface this by saying that the Arizona Diamondbacks are terrorists who committed 9/11, and we can never forget that. And
Um,
will be rooting for the
oh,
Texas Rangers
continue.
to win their first championship over the evil Arizona Diamondbacks who committed the atrocities on 9/11,
You
2001. This is
uh,
real.
you
It
know
was
what
them.
you know what makes
And
this metaphor or analogy better?
no,
The fact that George Bush is throwing the first pitch
he
tomorrow.
is
Yeah.
against the terrorist team.
he's throwing
He
the
is
Yeah,
the
first
home
pitch
team.
tomorrow.
he
Yes,
is.
he is.
Yeah.
He is. He is. I saw that.
Full circle moment.
It's
Yep.
coming back.
Yeah,
So
if
the Diamondbacks deserve to suffer and lose because they are horrible.
yeah, but the Rangers are letting George Bush throw out the first pitch.
I
I
don't
mean,
care.
if
I
you
love
go down that,
America.
eh,
You hate America. That's the difference between you and me.
you're right. I was in traffic today. I was like, America really sucks. This just shows
Now that being
exactly.
You're
said,
like, God, I want the Diamondbacks to win so badly.
I want Texas to win, but because of how much I despise Torey Lovello, I'm gonna say for my official prediction that the Diamondbacks are gonna win in 7 games.
Wow.
I
I
I'm
like
glad that we're not all. I'm glad that we didn't go chalk.
I know because I do want Texas to win, and I will be rooting for them, but I like their. I mean, their offense is crazy, so I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be a tough task. But just because playoffs is a crapshoot, I'm just gonna be a contrarian and give the official prediction of Diamondbacks in 7.
Yeah. And we've talked a lot about the Diamondbacks being the underdogs that nobody expected. Uh, Meanwhile, the Rangers have done all this by doing exactly what everybody knows you have to do to win baseball games. They hit the ball over the fence, they throw the ball very hard, and they spent a lot of money doing so.
Crazy how well that spending all that money has worked so far.
I
right.
think it's I think the record for teams that out homer the opponent is like 21-4 now.
That's crazy.
Yes, it
Has
every year.
everyone in that lineup has hit a homer, I feel like,
Oh yeah.
this
I mean,
postseason.
the lineup is like it's like down the lineup. It's like there's no one below 100 OPS plus. Like everyone's an
Yeah.
above average hitter or like a monster hitter like Corey Seager. Like,
Yeah.
and it was like the difference is like 2022. Semyon had like a really crap start and wasn't his overall numbers weren't really that good at the end of the year. Seager, he had some power, but his numbers were kind of pedestrian. And then 2023, both those guys returned to like their best peak. Like they're
Yeah.
matching their
Mm,
best performances
mm.
ever,
Not even to mention
which is a
Adolis
huge
Garcia.
Yeah.
difference.
You
Yeah.
put Adolis Garcia. Well, these guys are all just over the because so I think baseball has clearly changed, just visually changed in the past few years. How much harder guys are throwing, how much better this stuff is, and it really magnifies in the playoffs. Like you guys watching the games, how do you guys have you guys noticed that difference?
It's tough
I
because I'm
mean,
at work at night, so I don't watch a ton
yeah,
of the
That's
games.
true.
I don't get much chance.
Damn.
I look at game day when I have a chance, and I go crazy for in play runs.
Yes, that is fun.
Yeah.
It's just there's a certain point with these pitchers where when they're on, it's like you're just not gonna hit them. And then it'll go for two, three, 4 innings like that, and then all of a sudden there's a ball left over the plate, and then you remember what these hitters have trained to do. They take those pitches and they hit them a million feet.
Yeah,
And that's just a much better strategy to try and win games than a a situation where like you need to string multiple hits together. You got so many points of failure. You can just mishit a ball and that's it. Like you need to hope a lot of things go right. And maybe you need to throw a steal or two in there because you see teams stealing a lot more than they did even in the regular season. Or you can get a hold of one. You can just beat the pitcher.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like the epitome of that is Yordan Alvarez, which is like, I don't get why the Rangers even throw to him.
They kind of stopped.
Yeah,
Seeing
it took them long enough.
yeah, the seeing Max Scherzer out there, that was that was a really nice. He's one of the last few guys from the 2010s who's still kicking it.
Yeah.
And I say 2010s like it
Yeah,
was
what do you
10,
mean by
15
that?
years
That
ago.
was
I mean,
5 years ago or 3 years ago.
Like a 20 like a guy who was
early 2010.
yeah, how many guys are you like, oh, he was really good in the 2010s that are still left?
Aaron
Like
Judge.
yeah, but he's still good now. He's
Yeah,
like
that's the whole question.
yeah, but like
That's
I'm talking
anyone
guys who
who's played the past 5 years,
Mookie
4 years.
Betts,
look,
Mike Trout.
my this made
Are
sense
we
in my
missing the
head.
point?
Maybe you mean like 2005 to 2010.
Like when like in 20 years when you think about players who are really good in the 2010s,
Okay, you mean like early
Their
2010s.
peaks were in the
yeah,
You mean
2010s.
like
yeah,
you mean like yeah,
they're
who was the
decade
best player in
defining.
2000, the year 2012? Miguel Cabrera, and he's not good
Mike
anymore.
Trout.
Yeah, well, Mike Trout.
No.
That was Mike Trout's rookie year.
No, I remember that. I remember being like, God, who's this Mike Trout? Shut up. I just want to talk about the
Who's this
Triple
fish
Crown.
guy?
Yeah.
It's fishy.
Miguel Cabrera's time.
It's like Pujols and Votto aren't good anymore.
Mm.
Cabrera's not good. McCutcheon is not good, and Posey's
Longoria.
retired.
Come on,
Longoria.
Longoria get his
Cano is out of here. Like I get it. Like the main stars of like the year 2010 to 2015 are gone
Abreu.
for the most part. Abreu wasn't. No.
2014 rookie year.
Oh,
Come
okay.
on. Some respect.
He's really bad at baseball.
Ten,
So
he went on a tear in the playoffs.
He did.
Don't lie. Don't
He
lie.
did. But it was all for nothing.
Yeah.
Were you secretly rooting for the Astros?
I was rooting for Jose Abreu.
You rooting for Jose?
Yeah.
yeah.
Always.
Yeah. He just had some of those at bats, so you remember that he's played the game forever.
Wait,
He
Joe, you
would
want to
smash the
torture
truck.
us?
Lauren did not like the chin hair.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
The
I
chin
disgusting.
mean,
hair
It's
that's his only
disgusting.
flaw,
you
really.
know, I 'cause
It's hard to be perfect, you know.
yeah.
All right,
I got
Joey.
what?
Do you want to get into your Martin Maldonado nonsense that you're gonna make us sit
Or
through?
You know what? I was gonna just not do that. I was just gonna tell you the result, and then you know what? I could just go ahead and cancel this StatHead subscription if that's what you want me to do.
What is this Martin Maldonado stuff?
So I wanted to, first of all, we will end this episode by congratulating Dusty Baker on 26 years of standing at the top of the dugout and making questionable decisions.
And chewing on a stick.
I mean, obviously, uh, not that he needs anything from me, but you know, clearly people liked him. He was good at managing a clubhouse, but he really had some all-time bad decisions. Um, you know what? He kind of let Steve Bartman out to dry. I'll say that because
Mm,
he let Mark Pryor pitch in that game until his arm was just ground beef. He has
there
no
were many other
they he
reasons.
Steve Bartman should be finding Dusty Baker right now and trying to fight him. I don't think so. I think he
Or
should move
Alex
on with his life.
Gonzalez. Yeah.
Um, but I want to bring this up because I looked up every player who's played at least 1,000 plate appearances from 2021 to 2023, and I sorted them by OPS plus. And in last, by a fair margin, is Martin Maldonado with 1,212 plate appearances and a 64 OPS plus.
Wow.
That's
Um,
bad.
that's very bad. They had a guy with a 127 OPS plus sitting on the bench in a do or die game 7. And Dusty Baker said, you know what? I'm retiring. I read all your tweets, Astros fans. Fuck you. Here's this old guy one more time. Goodbye. And you know what? When you put it like that, I think we all owe Dusty Baker a big thank you
That's respect right
because
there.
the Astros are finished.
Yeah. He
They're
put
done.
the dagger.
As is fourth true outcomes 9th episode, I believe.
Gotta be 10 by
Yes.
now.
I think 9 or 10.
Oh,
Stay tuned. We got a lot of we got a. I
the
think
off season's gonna be so
Off
fun.
season
the
about
off
to pop
season the
off.
off season's gonna be better because you know what? Let's all be honest. Baseball fucking sucks.
It does suck. I
It
hate it.
does suck, and
I
I
hate it
hate
so much.
watching it and talking about it. And you know what? I don't even. I'm
Who
going to
cares
bed.
about the World Series?
Yeah,
I
this
This
don't.
is a
is
basketball
stupid.
I
podcast.
want to talk
Yeah.
about all the players that the
All right,
Yankees
yeah.
are gonna
Now
get.
join me for the next
Thoughts
part of
on
this
Wizards?
podcast. Welcome to Wizards Fever.
Let's
We're here talking all
go.
things Washington Wizards. Jordan Poole, he is gonna have a lot of fun this year. He is gonna get too much money. And yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap up.
All right. That's good because there's less than a minute left.
All right.
Probably less than 30 seconds now.
Till next time, boys.
That was good. That was good.
It was.